Hi guys, how are you all today afternoon? Good afternoon. In this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra tells Raja Janaka and thus to every living entity, whether he or she is a person involved in the material world or who is seeking self-realization. This is pertaining to every living entity. Ashtavakra says, please abide in the self. Remember that you are the soul, not the body. Don't identify with your mind-body complex. When you start abiding in yourself, you will find that the I am this, I am not that type of a wrong notion or opinion about yourself will automatically vanish. There is no difference between one living entity and the other, especially when they are humans, whether male or female. When you identify yourself with yourself, you will find that you can understand every other living entity in this material universe, whether male or female. Every living entity has his or her own set of inhibitions, opinions, doubts, fears, and other superiority complex, etc., inferiority complex, pessimism, and evil, lust, greed, anger, illusion, false ego, and the same set of senses and senses organs that plague every living entity. Hence, please remember that if there is any problem for you, kindly look at the root of that problem. You will be surprised to find, and you will not be able to acknowledge it, but it will be true that the root cause for all problems is you yourself. Hence, if you abide in yourself, you will stop blaming any other person. This is a fact. I'll give you some examples. You are attracted to someone and you take it for granted that that person is as attracted to you as you are to that person. Because of your attraction, this attraction turns to desire, then possessiveness, then anger, greed, illusion, and false ego, etc. There are cases when many living entities who were identifying with this mind-body complex committed some crime or the other where they thought, if I don't covet or if I don't get what I am coveting or what I am desiring, then no one else should get it. This is a mistake done by this living entity. It is another matter that the other person is harmed because of this living entity. But even there, you will find that there is some root cause in the other person's life that caused this, because This person who was harmed because of the desires of one person was probably enjoying the attraction initially that this person gave him or her. It was this enjoyment that made this man give lift to that person and then stand that person up or mock that person or balk that person. I will tell the example, I'll go more clear. A is attracted to B. Now, it is a cause, a root cause for all problems. The root starts in A this time. But as soon as A made it known to B that he or she is attracted to B, the initial reaction of B was to enjoy that attraction. He or she had a false ego which told him or her that he or she had something that had made him or her attractive to A. That was the root for all problems. If only B had stopped this nonsense right in the beginning, A would have gone his or her own way, but it did not happen. This person gave some lift to A or encouraged A's attraction towards himself or herself, which ultimately ended in a crime or a murder or something where B was killed and A went to prison. This is what Ashtavakra says. If you abide in the self, you will be able to understand the nature of other people also. There are several cases where you yourself were rubbed on the wrong side by other people. Let us not go to the root of any problem. The fact remains that you were rubbed on the wrong side. This made you angry and upset. Now, another root for another problem that terminates from here is either you ignore that person and go your own way, or you try to wreak vengeance on that person. If you ignore this person and go your own way, you are saved from major problems in future. But on the other hand, if you think of revenge, what happens is your own mind is boggled, your heart burns, you spend sleepless nights, you are boiling with anger, you are boiling with doubts, and then you may or may not succeed in wreaking the vengeance. Best thing is to leave vindication to God and move along and pass along, so that that person will get what he or she deserves for the deed that he or she has committed. God himself has said in one place, don't wreak vengeance, it is my prerogative. I am nemesis. Nobody can escape my hunter or my punishing arm, because I decide on what punishment a person should get or should not get. There is another proverb. He grindeth slow, but he grindeth small. This is about God. God has said, if someone does something bad, rest assured that he or she will pay with interest for his or her deeds. If someone has harmed you, you need not bother. I am there to give you your justice sooner or later. This is what Ashtavakra tells. If you abide in the self, you see that every person, every living entity in this material universe is as powerful and as helpless as you are. So never bother about seeking vengeance or trying to think that another person is special or different. Nobody is special. We are all alike. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this subject. Till we meet in my next video, it is good afternoon from TSV Raghavan.